So back in 2017, I discovered, quite by mistake, the concept of social distancing. What had happened was I was working at a startup company. It was my second, third week there. And then we got a new employee, and I was asked to show this employee some software that we were using. And so the new employee had came to my desk. I was sitting down, and he had a very strong cologne on, and it was, I have chemical sensitivity, and that was difficult for me. So I stood up, and I gave myself about 6 feet of distance, if I remember correctly. But the guy thought it was unusual, and he started walking toward me. I had to back up from him, and he still didn't get the message. And I ended up backing all the way to the window of the building. We were on the 10th floor, if I remember correctly. And I explained to him, I apologized, but I'm having a bad reaction to the cologne. And I explained, why don't we come back to this meeting some other time? I'm sorry. And to his credit, he never put it on again. And that's good. But it caused me to have to look badly in front of all my colleagues, right? Had he just stayed the 6 feet away from me, maybe I could have helped him with the software and later on emailed him to apologize, and it could have been a little bit more private, right? It upset me that I had to be the bad guy, right? When he's the one who wants to put on something that he likes, right? Now, the thing is, when I was upset, so later that night I decided to Google some ideas on what to do about this, and I discovered that some 10-15% of Americans have some degree of MCS, and another 30 or so percent probably don't like fragrances altogether. And it dawned on me, why don't more people speak about it? And the problem is everybody seems to find their way around this problem, right? Some people will just get up and walk away. Some people will avoid using various, for example, I worked at another company where they had shuttle cars to take you from one building to another. Some people might just avoid using it instead of talking to HR about it. And it dawned on me that if you don't speak about it, nobody's going to realize there's this huge majority of people, right? Okay, fast forward 5 years later. So I am solosexual. I feel romance toward myself. And I think a lot of people do. But it's not very well received, right? So I work at a technical college. We're working toward accreditations. It's a relatively small organization at the moment. And I've had 5 bosses since I started, and some of them have not been very accepting of my way of life, right? So early on, I discovered that one of my bosses was very judgmental about what I did with my personal time, right? So I loved stargazing, and she would say hello, I would say hello back, and she would ask me, what am I doing Memorial Day? And I tell her about going to Vantage to do stargazing, and she just had a very hostile attitude. Oh, again? Another one of those? And one time I was out to dinner by myself as a solosexual, and she happened to see me, and she made some cruel jokes about why I don't have a date there, and made me uncomfortable. And I had the same problem when I was working on my PhD. I had just gotten out of a very toxic relationship. I almost dropped out of school. I had a girlfriend who was taking advantage of me. I broke up with her. I was happily single again. I was going out by myself. And my dean, he actually saw me at one of my favorite Japanese buffet restaurants in this was Henrietta area, New York, Rochester, New York. And my dean also made funny jokes about when I'm going to start dating again. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, you almost kicked me out of school when I was in a toxic relationship, and you're now going to be hostile about me being solosexual? What do you want me to be? And it really upset me, because I was just putting the pieces together in my life when I heard that. He's my dean, so I can't really say that to him. I think after I graduated, I might have confronted him about that incident. Anyway, so it really hits home that all of these examples hit home that if you have an issue that other people have, but you choose to work your do some kind of end around to it, you're being very selfish. And that's why we got 3 more weeks until my anniversary. I want anybody who likes going out as a solo sexual to do it, make a video, and we're going to collect all the videos together on June 13th. That's my anniversary. There's a reward. Everybody who does this, I'll send you a 1 ounce silver round. And I want to also compile a video of everybody's solo sexual date, and I'm gonna send it to Let's Go Brandon to let him know that there's more to the sexual minority than your classical LGBTQ. And I'll send some recommendations on how to make life more accessible to solo sexuals.